Many Native American groups lived in the Arctic. The Inuit people were one group that called this region their home. The Inuit inhabited the Northwest Territories, Greenland, and Alaska. The word Inuit is an Eskimo word that means the people. Many neighboring groups would call the Inuit Eskimos, but actually this name is not correct. The term Eskimo means eaters of raw meat, and although the Inuit did eat raw meat, the name was actually meant as an insult. The Inuit people wore special clothing to keep them dry and warm in the freezing temperatures. Their clothing was made of many layers, so that air trapped between the layers would keep their bodies warm. The Inuit men, women, and children all wore the same types of clothing. The Inuit wore pants made from white bear skin. Each person also wore a heavy fur coat made from fox, seal, or caribou. Under their heavy coats, Inuit people wore shirts made from bird skin. They wore lightweight, waterproof parkas over their coats to keep them dry. As well, they oftentimes wore mittens made from seal skin and caribou. Each mitten often had two thumbs. Sometimes a person's thumb got wet and cold. When this happened, it was easy to turn the mitten around and use the other side of the thumb's covering without even taking the mittens off. Inuits were often known for their pairs of boots. These were called kamiks. The kamiks were made from sealskin, and even the huskies, the dogs, wore little skin shoes to protect their paws from the cold Arctic weather. An interesting fact about the Inuit is that the sun's rays reflected off the snow, and it was so bright that it gave a blinding glare, and this made it difficult for them to see. So they were the first to create special goggles. These goggles were made from wood or bone, and they would cut a small hole in the center of each eyepiece so that they could see out of them. The very cold temperatures and climate of the tundra made growing crops impossible for the Inuit. The Inuit men spent most of their time hunting and ice fishing. The Inuit ate raw seal, caribou, walrus, whale, and fish. The Inuit called their homes igloos. An igloo was not just a snow or ice-covered house, though. The Inuit built 3 different types of igloos. They had sod houses, snow houses, and tents. Inuit children, parents, and other relatives lived in one shelter. Inuit families spent a great deal of the time indoors because of the harsh weather. While inside, they oftentimes spent their time telling stories or playing string games, or they were known for making soapstone carvings and statues. As the children grew up, the boys trained at an early age to become hunters, and like their fathers, they learned to make harpoons, kayaks, and they also had their own dog sleds. The Inuit people were truly resourceful. They were people who learned to live off the land. Whether it was their food, their clothing, or their shelter, they used all the resources that they found around them.